Hello, YouTubers, subscribers, friends, and everybody else. It's Miss Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, and I'm here for the second part of this question and answer, but I called it episode 1 because it's on the hair and skin portion of the Q&A. Continue to keep those questions coming. I'm enjoying this. I'm having a good time thinking about these questions because some of this stuff is actually stuff I haven't thought of. So thank you for putting it on my mind. One question was, I was just wondering if you could give me a day-by-day hair process you do and what you use. For example, your conditioner, your twisting method, things of that sort. Now, I assume that this person wanted to know when my hair is in braids or when it's out of braids. Now, when it's in braids, I wash my hair maybe every 2 weeks. And when I wash it, I told someone I put it in sections, like I section it off, and I put it in rubber bands, and I stand, and you know, there's a applicator. I don't have it with me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm home in St. Louis, so there's an applicator bottle that you can actually buy from Sally's. It just looks like a bottle you apply coloring with. And I will just pour that through my hair and massage it through and let the shower rinse it out. That's the best way to wash it out. It keeps from tangles. It keeps all of that. I love it. Whenever my braids are in, that's how I wash. Now, as far as my hair when it's down or when I have my loose snaps, I'm washing it once a week. And when I wash it once a week, I use no sulfates shampoo, none at all. If you look back at my video that talks about my products, I'll use one of those shampoos, whether it's Elucence Moisture Balancing or if it's Cream of Nature. Neither one of those have sulfates. And I'll condition it with Elucence Moisture Balancing Conditioner, and I'll use my Afro Detangler Conditioner leave-in after that. So that's what I'll do, and that's once a week. So all week, if I have a hairstyle, that's usually how it's going to stay for the week. And that can include a puff. That can include me twisting my hair or braiding my hair. But that's how it's going to stay until I wash it. So that's my normal routine. And the best way to find your own routine is first, I advise, a lot of people wash their hair every day. And I really think it depends on the need and the season. But I would try and space it out and see how much your hair actually needs to be washed, how much it needs attention, because some people have low maintenance hair, some people have high maintenance hair, but you have to work through that and see what works best for you. I cannot seem to locate the unrefined shea butter from Chemistry Connection that you mentioned. Do you trust any other shea butters? That's the only one I've tried, but I know there are good ones out there. So what I would advise is when you go look at one, make sure that you read everything about it so that you can ensure that it's what you want, or that it has the properties of the shea butter. That it has the good healing properties of regular shea butter, that it has no added chemicals. Look for those types of things. I'm sure there's other good ones other than the one that I use. I'm serious that would be the case. Someone asked, how do I wash the braids? I think I kind of went through that, but just to make sure that you understand, when I have braids in, I section it off maybe into, let's say, 8 sections with rubber bands on each section. Use the applicator bottle, go through the scalp, make sure that you get the scalp and rinse it out. That's all I do. And I do that maybe every 2 weeks. So that's about what I do. I rebraid my edges once every month. And whatever needs to be done in the middle gets done once every month. But I'll keep my braids in about 3 months. That's me. I keep them clean. They do well with me. And so that's how it goes. You might not like it, but that's what I do. And it works for me. As you can see, the hair growth has been pretty darn good, off the charts. So I think I'm doing something right now that works for me. I'm not going to say that works for everybody. So don't call me saying that, or write me saying that I broke your hair out, because I didn't do it. Make sure that you're listening to your hair. Make sure that you're observing what your hair needs. Now, if you take braids out and a lot of your hair comes out, you might not be able to last as long with your braids. You might have to take them out more often than I do. But you need to pay attention to your hair, because just because it worked for me does not mean it's going to work for you. But I want to make sure that you all understand that you have to start listening to your hair. You have to start watching the hair breakage. You have to watch how much hair you retain every time you take the braids out. There's a system to these braids, and I've learned it because I've done trial and error. Yes, I've lost hair before, and I've learned the ways to not lose hair. When your hair is down, do you get your ends cut? If so, how often do you cut them? My hair is often in braids. So what happens is every time I take my hair down, I dust my own ends. If you all know what dusting is, it's really just going through the hair, maybe when it's in a twist, twisting your own hair, and just clipping the ends of that. Just getting the straggly ends off the ends. I really dust a lot. And if I want to cut maybe an inch just to make sure my hair is healthy, I'll do that every time I take my braids down. So like I said, it might be 3 months before I take my braids down. So that's how often I'm trimming the edges. But I do that every time I take my braids down. Every time. And I usually use the dusting method, which I think it works fine for me right now, because I don't really wear my hair out, so it's not a shape that I'm going for at this point. So that works for me.